It's really great to come back to the site after more than a year to see how the plants are developing and to see some of the plants that were grown initially at Wakehurst, or Botanic Gardens Kew at Wakehurst. We grew the sea kale here that you can see doing very nicely, and also some of the yellow horned poppy. And even better is to see that some of the poppy is actually already flowered and is now producing seed for the next generation. So I have some of the seed here that I've just collected, and you can see the excellently named pods, the yellow horns here. They're developing seed and releasing the seed into the shingle. Initially when we planted the sea kale plants in here, I planted some myself further along, and they were so small and you'd think they were so vulnerable, and it was a bit uncertain at that point how they would adapt to their new surroundings. And I expect that over the coming years you'll see more plants developing on the banks. I expect the sea kale will thrive here. It seems to be doing really well.
It's lovely to be back here. We always knew that this was going to be quite an experiment in terms of a project. There were certain givens like the boardwalk and the wave formations, but what was actually going to happen in the natural areas, particularly the bases of the waves, the troughs, we didn't really know what was going to happen. And what has happened is extraordinary. It's a mixture, obviously, of some plants that were lovingly grown at MSB, but everything else has arrived, which is quite extraordinary. It's not just nature's resilience, it's also careful planning, which has paid off. Possibly one of the things that I'm so doubly impressed by is how the project has been embraced by the public, who respect it. I was expecting damage and litter. I don't see any of that, and enjoyed.
I just see people using it all the time. The boardwalk's really quite well used all the time. I love the planting. I was there at the opening speech and the explanation of why it was planted the way it was, and I just find it beautiful. It's very sculptural. I think it's really sympathetic to the environment. I think that this beach is so much more used, and it's really lovely that it's for local people as much as it is for tourists. I think there should be a lot more of it. It's brilliant. It's absolutely successful.